why don't we go back and let Pete scribe for us, and let's mark some more of those of the 2018 runs. Prep runs, I think they're called on the video. Yes, that's perfect. And what we'll do right now, we'll let you guys mark one at home, and we'll go right back through that one run. They're loading it 1 second.
Okay, here it comes. You guys mark it, and then Mike will come back and discuss it.
And I think really the only way we can improve our judging is through preparation and practice. It makes such a difference. If you're out there getting ready to go judge a show, if you mark some runs at home the few days before you go, and then get ready the morning of, it really will help you get these horses and become accustomed to marking maneuvers immediately.
Okay, now we'll have Mike go ahead and go back over this run and we'll score it and see how you did.
Okay, he's walking in nice and relaxed. Again, I always think about pattern placement, getting right to the center. Starts the spin good, showing good speed, good cadence, and good shut off plus half. Again, starts good, good cadence. Gets overturned a little bit, enough to draw the line through there between the front feet and the back feet, so plus half with a penalty half. Nice lead departure. Gets right up to speed. Guiding good, good speed. Slows down good. And I'm using the word good because that's the definition of plus half, and that's what I'm thinking. Nice set of circles. I was thinking maybe I would go to a very good maneuver, but then the lead change was a little rough, so I'll leave it at plus half.
Just had a little stumble.
Had a little bit of a stumble there. Good in that fast circle, little bit of guiding issue. I think they just got a little bit apart, but the rider and the horse, but it's still okay. The horse is not being unwilling.
And was good in the small circle.
Good in the slow down, good in the small slow, and back in to a better large fast here with a good lead change plus half. Very good around the end. Very good approach with no resistance, straight, big stop, very good roll back, plus one. Good stop. I was thinking very good stop, but then rolled back and did not make that 180 and get over the tracks, but I would still be plus half.
Horse is really good around the ends, isn't he, on his approaches there?
Really pretty. Really what we're looking for, and again, a very good stop with a little bit better back up and a little bit of less resistance in the mouth. I'd have been a plus 1.5, but we'll call that a plus one.
So we had that horse at a 74.
And while we're speaking about maneuver evaluation now, it's a good time to bring up, if you're kind of between 0 and plus half or plus half and plus one, don't be afraid to pay these horses that go and give that extra bit. Go ahead and step up and go to the plus side if you're between on those maneuvers. And that'll just help us separate our horses a little bit better.
Yeah, I think on that second stop there, if that horse was, like I say, excellent around the top, you know, and then ran really good and had a huge stop, and then counter-arced a little bit in that rollback. But if you marked him a 1 on that one, you wouldn't be wrong with it either.
No.
You know, but it was definitely a plus maneuver. It either had to be a plus half or you could have plussed out a 1.
Right.
So a 74, 74 and a half. Hopefully you guys are all at home or hitting that kind of score. Shall we watch another and let them score it and do it?
Okay, yeah, go ahead and score this one at home, and then we'll go over it. Okay,
Back and then go through it.
Again, we have a pleasant looking horse coming in, showing no intimidation, looking around, really relaxed, nice. Good start, good cadence, good shut off plus half. Again, good. Has a little bit of an overspin for a penalty half, so we'll call it a plus half with a penalty half. Nice lead departure. Horse is guiding good between the reins. No resistance. Good pattern placement, getting right across the center. Good slow down. Good in this small slow. And a good lead change, plus half. This side, the horse is guiding really good, maybe not quite as fast. Speeds up a little bit on his own, but still correct. I'm thinking correct so far. Not quite as fast as on the other side. Correct, slowing down. Good in the small slow. I would say that would be a correct set of circles and 0. Good around the end. Horse is very pleasing to the eye. Good approach. Good stop. Good rollback, plus half. Again, horse is very pleasing to the eye around the end. Goes a little bit on his own there, gives up the ground a little going in, and not such a good rollback, but I would still say 0. Again, I really like how this horse goes around the end, a better approach. Maybe slowed down a little bit going in the ground, but I would still say plus half. If he'd held his speed going in there, I think I'd have been +1 easy, but the horse slowed down a little bit on his own just going into that stop. Still a good maneuver for plus half.
72 with a half-point penalty.
Okay, we'll let you mark one more out there before we wind it up, and we'll go over that one. Okay. I'll go back over this one with you when we get it pulled up here. Again, the horse is walking in nicely. Moving a little bit here. Kind of hopping behind on this side, even though she's getting around. Has a half point early, shut down, so I'm going to say minus half with a penalty half. This side's a little better. I'll zero this side with a penalty half. Horse slopes off, correct. Pattern placement's good, gets across the center. I'm thinking correct. Slows down, okay. Correct, lead change, 0. And there was a good example of a horse that stayed within the acceptable limits. If she had gone another stride, she would have been out of the box and had a penalty half, but we were okay. We did not take her a penalty for being late in the lead change. Again, here I'm thinking correct, slows down maybe a little bit early. I'm still thinking correct. Again, same thing in the lead change. We will not take that a penalty, and we'll call that a 0 as well. Horse is correct around the end, builds good speed, but then gives up the ground and shows some resistance in the stop and the roll back, minus half. Again, the horse is nice around the end, correct. Good speed, good approach, but a little bit of resistance in the mouth, but a better roll back. We'll leave that a 0. Again, this horse is pretty nice, takes off a little bit on its own, then probably actually the best stop. Okay, back up, 0. Without the resistance in that approach, I would have been a plus half. Okay, Pete, what did we mark?
Penalty 1, 68.
68. Okay, good. Melinda, do we have any questions?
We do have one. This was pattern 6 on this last one, is that correct?
Yes.
So are you to do the right circles first in that pattern apparently?
No, the
No,
left.
the
Or the
left
left.
circles.
So what happens if they do the right circles first?
That would be a 0.
Is that a 0?
That
And,
would be scored a 0.
and do you continue to mark the score after you've done that.
We do continue to mark the score to be fair to the exhibitor so they can learn from it. We want them to be able to go to the score sheets and see their score and how they did.
Perfect.
Any other questions?
No, sir?
Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you, folks. And Pete, do you have something?
Want to do one more run, or are we good?
Whatever you think. We can do one more if you want.
Let's do one more run.
Sure.
Give them 3 runs, and then we'll
Okay.
close it up for them.
We'll do one more.
Okay, good. We'll run that back and go through it and score it. If you have any questions that you're thinking about, right now is the time to get them in. We'll finish this run up and be done for the day on the reining. So hopefully, if you have any questions, don't be afraid to get them into Melinda, and we'll be glad to answer them.
Horse is nice coming in. Horse shows a lot of resistance, no cadence, -1.
Really rocked back on its hind legs there, and so that's really where it's lost its cadence.
Horse gets going, but then has a very poor finish and a very poor start, but really swings its hip, so we'll be a -1/2 with a penalty 1. Lopes off correct. Guiding good, adequate speed, but showing a little bit of resistance. I'm taking all this into consideration. I think she's +1/2 speed, but a little bit of attitude with the horse, I would say. Not a great slowdown. I'm still thinking correct. 0. Here she's having a little bit more, having to guide a little more. Maybe the horse is showing a little bit more resistance. Don't get slowed down, loses a little bit of control there, and then the horse ducks back in. And some resistance in the lead change, and misses center a little bit with a little lack of control. That's what I would call it, with a -1/2. Around the end, correct. Holds the ground nice. Little bit of resistance in the rollback, but with all the other good, I'll say 0. Again, correct around the end, correct approach, holds the ground. We'll say correct again, 0. Little bit of resistance there, having a little trouble getting going straight, but then a good stop. And a good backup, but with all the problems in the approach, will be a 0 again. We could have been a 1/2 with a good approach for sure, but I think 0's the correct assessment.
With a 1-point penalty, a 67.
Okay. It's
All right.
been great being with you today, and hope you enjoyed it.